Welcome to the Entertaining Stupid Podcast, a hobby and excuse for me and my friends to meet up and actually spend some time together. We'll ramble on and test the limits of how much time we can actually be in the same room with each other. Pull up a chair and join us.
I don't know if this is a roast anymore, dude.
A solid 20. Yeah, that's all that matters. And 5 of them are my grandma. Who cares?
He'll come back.
No, but they want.
Oh, I don't have a grandma.
Can we do a podcast where it's just like
I forgot about that.
everyone
one.
gets like 10 to
Okay,
15 minutes?
well, thanks
Just
for making
fucking
everyone
go.
sad.
Go
Yeah.
hard on anything.
Is this
whatever,
recent?
Whatever.
What?
Huh? Is this recent?
Whatever.
No, I
you're
don't have
mad right
all
now.
my grandparents are dead. So it
Oh.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
How could you, Matt?
Well, I'm just stating facts here. Okay.
Are those my shitty shades illegal?
I love them,
No,
but
they're mine.
No, I know.
they're not here anymore.
Your shitty shades look
The
exactly
joke
like
was
my
that
shitty
you
shades.
killed them.
He said my shitty shades.
No,
are
that
shitty.
wasn't a
Oh yeah,
joke.
yours are nicer.
Because it never happened. I never did
I
that.
lost mine a while back. I'm like, did I leave those here?
No, that was
On
my
my
sister. That was
misinterpretation.
my friend's
I know,
sister
But I've heard the cheap shades.
that I don't know who he is, but it happened.
Oh, do you want to hear a
Also,
funny
then
fart
when we
story?
start, so I'll actually
Yeah.
lean in because right now.
Okay, but there's
Oh, no, we're just
I think
chatting.
I cut in halfway through your
Yeah.
story, so never mind.
I'm just making shit up
Yeah,
right now.
Oh, I got a funny. I got another.
For sharing. I'll
Yeah,
only
yeah.
come in when I.
I got another
We're
funny
gonna go-
fart story.
All right.
I'm just waiting. Just waiting for my opportunity.
If you want to move it around, move it around. Like, honestly, that's fine.
Just saves us from both having to.
What do we?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Entertaining Stupid Shitty Podcast.
ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Jason, and
Wait,
as
no,
always,
no,
with me
no,
are my
stop,
friends.
Stop.
Wait, we're actually starting?
Are we actually starting?
What?
Well, that was a terrible intro.
Yeah. Look.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
Fuck you, Dad.
Well,
Okay, let's restart. Let's
yeah.
restart the intro.
All right.
Sound
Well,
bites.
we'll
Thank
do it.
God.
Anyways,
Thank God.
don't edit that
I-
out. That's
how-
No, no,
hilarious.
that's fine.
Where am I
That's
at?
fine.
Where do I need to be at?
We're good. We're
Where do I need to
just,
live?
just talk into the mic at some point. All right. That's all I really ask.
You go back and forth between like.
Just go fucking
All
around
right.
them.
Welcome to the Entertaining Stupid Podcast. My name is Jason. With me are.
Maddie B.
Sylvan.
Real.
Christian.
Dan.
All right, Dan.
Why is my name?
You sound
See,
like
no.
so out of
No,
it,
no,
like
no,
you're
no.
like half cut.
My name is Dan.
Dan.
No, you say-
I just sound like Dan.
Damn,
My name's
the,
Dan.
damn the pan.
Dan from the
They call
Outback.
me Ben Dan around here 'cause I like to put people on pans when they gotta go poo.
All right,
That
Dan.
makes
We got some extra special intro, like opening segment to this podcast.
Who's struggling?
I would like to welcome you, Dan, to the roast of Dan.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't sign up for this. I'm really sensitive and I have a really low self-esteem. Don't do this to me.
All right, so I mean, we were just last podcast. We were just absolutely like talking about chirping ourselves and chirping our friends and stuff like that. And we've decided that we're just gonna open up this podcast with some we'll call it light ribbing.
I
you
didn't come
guys-
up with the topic. Don't look at me.
I want to know whose idea this was. And then I'm going to find...
You're sharing the mic with them.
You son of a bitch. Yeah, I should have known who's... I'm just kidding. Yeah, go ahead. Shoot for it.
All right.
I'll just say, my humor is so self-deprecating. Nothing you say could surprise me.
I think that's the point. That's the point. We're just here for some laughs and shits. Anybody want to start us off? Oh wow, we all came super prepared for this.
Yeah.
See, I have a couple, but I want to save them. I don't want to go first.
Well,
How about I just start
define a couple.
How about I just start?
Actually, hold on. Better yet, could I...
Can I start?
I kind of almost want to start it out.
Dan,
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you start us off.
I'm gonna
Do an
no,
intro.
No, but Dan's I'm gonna not Eminem intro, this but for I'm 8 gonna Mile. I'm gonna spitball the subjects that I think are gonna get brought up. Roughly, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, number one, holy shit, time management. That has to be a part of it. At one point, has to be a part of it. Another thing, potentially cutting people off. Generally
Like
not
on the
paying
road
atten-
or mid-sentence?
Oh no, mid-sentence.
Oh, I
And
think you
then
meant like
generally-
in life.
Generally,
Because that happens too. Don't lie.
I cut people off.
Yeah, sometimes.
What do I do? How do I cut them off and lie?
You've literally told everyone about the Vince story.
Which?
Sorry, Vince, if you're listening. The one you cut him off. You said we can't be friends anymore.
Oh,
shit.
no, I
fuck.
didn't-
we gotta bleep that out. We have
Yeah.
to dolphin that part out. Sorry, I was supposed not to
I
name
was gonna say
bomb.
like we don't want to do names.
Yeah, I was supposed to not name bomb. So the part, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Matthew.
I fucked that up
Actually,
already.
That's a good start.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would say one those, and then another one would possibly be The inability to go outside, probably in there. Maybe my aversion to sunlight and socialization. So one of those.
Okay.
Dan's a vampire.
That's my baseline
That's-
guess. That's what I would guess.
That's the best you're gonna get out of Ray today.
Yay!
Yeah, because this idea, we were like, oh, we should roast Dan. And then I was like, I've never actually really watched a roast. And then I went and watched a roast. I'm like, whoa, those are like really well written.
Oh yeah, like they're very well put together. Like they cut to the core of the person, and
yeah.
they cut them to the core, and like that's the best. That's the funniest part is that they're so well made.
I was gonna say more so we have like stories because I have a story about you that I just remembered.
Oh, 100%. Go no shoot.
So
I'm in.
it is in high school because I don't even know when I fucking met you. It was sometime
High school,
in high school.
sometime?
Yeah, I know. But in grade 11, I was in physics and I had to do this lab and I hated physics and I hated everything to do with it and I didn't care on the labs and it said list sources of error. And I started writing like, human error and lab stuff and then I needed one more and I put Dan Vossen as a source of error.
I remember that because they kept it because the next period you and I had chemistry in that room.
Yeah,
And you were like not even in the same class as Christian, and he was like, "Yeah, so this was in a student's report," and he puts it up on the projector. It says Dan Voss. You were like, "What did I do?"
yeah, I remember that because I said that. Like, what the fuck did I do? How am I a reason of error?
The funniest part is that because it was Mr. Brzezinski's class, because it was physics, like I said. And the funniest thing is we had to hand that lab in and write a test right after, and it was super quiet. And all of a sudden you hear Mr. Brzezinski go, "Ah!" and he's like, and he looks right at me and goes, "Good one."
Son of a bitch.
And I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Man, we had a math class one time, and one of our friends is pretty good, and Dan was such an asshole. Every time we got our test marks back, he'd go, "Hey," he won't matter. He'll go, "Hey, what'd you get? What'd you get?" Front of the class, and Dan's in the back, right? So he's yelling at him. He goes, "What'd you get?" An 84. Oh, an 84! We got a Mr. Smarty Pants over here, everyone. Every time there was a test. Hey, Stephen, what'd you get?
Yeah, and then
He's like, "No, I'm not telling you, Dan." And he would just walk up to him. "Oh my goodness, a 96! Wow, you're a smarty."
every single time, you know what it was, dude? My number one thing is And at one point, he got moved to the back, so we were.
Is that a type of bullying?
Maybe.
Oh no, it's because so mad that he'd ask him when he's just trying not to make a scene, and he's just like, "I got an 86. Oh, an 86!"
Every time, and then, it's distinctly. I remember the one time, and he got a 96 because he wouldn't show me. He's like, "Dan, I'm not telling you." Yeah. And he sat there. I'm like, "Okay." So I snuck around back because he doesn't see me. I just went over. I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like 96 there, bud. I'm like, "Oh, must suck you didn't get 100." I'm like, poor and only got a 96.
Oh my god.
And like that, and I
so
would just
funny.
constantly just beat him.
Dan's sitting there with like a 48 on his.
I left that class with at least high 60s.
Nice.
I'll
Hey,
take
you passed,
it.
right?
I passed calculus, so I'm not a complete dummy. Yeah.
I didn't do calculus in high school.
No, fuck that.
I mean, there's a couple things I remember when I was a kid that are high motivators for Dan. So Dan's parents made him go into sports, and he didn't want to play any of them.
No, I hated every sport I was in. I hated every single
So in
one.
order for Dan to actually try in hockey, Dan's dad enticed him by anytime you score a goal, I'll give you $5. So he was so pumped when he'd score, he didn't even care what the score was or anything. He's like, "Yeah, I'm getting $5." He
Yeah.
was so pumped
Yeah.
to get $5 every time. And then he scored 2. He's like, "Man, he looks like I'm getting $10 today."
$10. Oh, when I got
So
a double.
excited.
And the thing,
And,
they-
and then there was another time we were all in the dressing room, and I think we were playing that "I Believe I Can Fly" song. And I distinctly remember we're all in the dressing room getting ready. It's an important game. It's a tournament game. It's a tournament final. And then I think we were all singing that "I Believe I Can Fly" got shot by the FBI, like the joke one. And we were like, "I believe I can fly." And then Dan comes running in with his skates and he's half dressed, right? Comes running in, "I can fly!" And he goes like a Tweety Bird with his hands super close to himself, and he jumps across the room like this and just lands on someone's back. He's like, "Ah!" We couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny, man. It was so funny. It was such perfect timing.
There's a story that I heard, and you can tell me if it's true or not, that you were signed up for hockey, didn't go to a single fucking game, but you showed up to the wind up and won the grand prize.
We were there. Yeah, that was my team. Yeah.
Oh, really?
What the fuck?
I distinctly remember because it was the one year that I played hockey forever, right? My parents are always like, oh,
You're
it's
registered in hockey forever.
Yeah, I was registered in hockey forever. But then the one year I started playing soccer. And soccer I kind of like, cause I'm like, hey, I don't have to move as much, and I can just kick the ball, and I'm good at that. And like, people are less competitive because I was like Div 3. I wasn't sure if that was the case, but I didn't care. So I'm like, yeah, we'll do both. Try both. And it turned out that like I kind of enjoyed soccer more ish because like I had to do less. So that was all game for me, and I couldn't really tie my skates, and I got really annoyed that everyone else could. It's like I could, but they couldn't stay on there. Not like when Dad did them. So I just got mad at that. So anyway, I just remember going through and the entire year, like we had games, practice. I made it to, I think in total the whole year I made it to maybe 3 or 4 practices, and maybe something like 5 games. The entire season. And I remember at the very end, we had this raffle, and the whole thing is everyone pitched in and said, hey, everyone ask your parents to get like $20, I think it was, and we'll buy a boombox for the group, and then we can play music and get hyped up beforehand. And so we had this huge thing, and we'd play like Ramstein and all that kind of shit. And I remember at the last...
Ramstein?
Yeah,
We
Ramstein.
didn't play Ramstein.
Yeah,
We played, like,
no,
AC/DC
Ramstein
stuff.
got definitely played. Oh, I know it did.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can say
100%.
it did.
No, it did, Matt. I know. I remember. But
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
anyways, the last game.
We played DNC. Like, that's Ramstein.
This is the last game of the season, and they're doing a raffle, and they say, hey, we're going to raffle it off, and then we'll give it to one of the players, right? That's fair. And they go to raffle it off, and they're going through the names, they're going across, everyone's getting a name, and they get to the very end, and everyone is confused, because they're like, what the hell? Everyone's name got called. They're like, who didn't get called? And then looking around, and I'm like, no one said my name. And then I just remember the second I put my hand up, the look of anger and like, I want to kill you. Everyone in that room wanted to murder me. Every single person. And I sat there and I'm like, oh, did I just win something? And I'm like, yeah, you won the boombox. I was so excited about it. I remember I taken it home and I was like, I don't deserve this at all. Because like I don't even think I know my parents put in the $20, but like I was never there ever. And everyone was so angry at me. And I remember when it came to paintball, like I think there was one where we did a duck hunt where it was just me and everyone just took shots essentially. But like no, it was awesome. And I remember years later, like high school was still angry about that. Like he was still angry that I had that boombox. I eventually gave it to him. Like, hey, you want it? I'm like, I don't even use it anymore.
So wait, so just to be clear, your dad gave you $5 for every goal you scored?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
to
you were
entice him to
you were
actually
like the
try.
only 12-year-old that had a career earnings.
Yeah. Except the only thing is I was so
It was
what
literally
though?
just to try.
Oh, it was.
that's the
Like my
thing.
parents were just like, because the whole thing I did is that like I'd play, but I was never competitive in sports. Didn't care. I'm competitive in other things, but not sports. And so what ended up happening is like we'd do tournaments, and I remember our whole group would go, "Hey, what do you guys think about doing an out of town tournament?" Everyone would get so excited, and I would literally go there going like, "Shit, I don't want to do that." Like I kind of just want to stay home, and like everyone gets so excited. I'd be the one kid disappointed that we're going to regional or something like that. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Hey man, I don't blame you. I once quit gymnastics just so I could watch Magic School Bus.
Yeah, that's a good show though. You made a right choice.
I told my mom I don't want to go. I want to watch Magic School Bus. I can't believe she let me.
All right, so you have something that you want to dig deep into here?
Okay, are we actually doing a roast now?
Yeah,
Sure.
All right. Well, number one, I want to thank you for showing up, even if it was 20 minutes late, like it always is.
Always is. I had to pick
For
up
a while there, we were kind of thinking it's in Dan's nature to just go home, but so thank you. Now let's dig deep. You are the kind of person who would get lost in a snowstorm because you are whiter than the snow.
This is true.
Back that up with you are the only person I think that gives a Ken doll a little bit of street cred, because at least Ken doll has Barbie. You can kind of pretend he's not gay.
Ouch.
And last but not least, thank God the WoW Classic came out, because now you finally have something that you can be proud of.
You actually have friends, Daniel.
The truth is what hurts the most.
That was spicy.
That was pretty good.
That was real good there.
That was proper.
Oh fuck, that was a good proper roasting. There.
That was like actual how it's supposed to be done. Yeah.
All right.
Well
all right. So this is I guess the final podcast for this year at my place here. I am going to be going out of town for quite some time, And we're going to try and figure out how we're going to do this, whether this continues on over the internet for a little bit, or if you guys just want to record shit without me. Like, I don't have to be on every podcast.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
I mean,
You're the only thing
You
that
have
holds
to
us
because I don't want
together.
to do work. I just come here to
Well,
talk.
he already put it out there that we just gotta record it, send it to him, and he's gonna deal with the work he said.
Oh, is it as the case?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well then we'll just.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah,
Just confirms
You know what?
everything.
I've always been a fan of going long distance. That's always worked out. You know what? Because we have the technology now. It makes sense not to use it. You know.
Let's just shit on Jason every episode.
Now we can.
I mean, yeah. While I'm away, I'm not here to defend myself.
Let's first off.
No, we gotta make sure we do the dolphins though. Like dolphin this out. Dolphin that part out.
Oh,
The
the
dolphin squeak like I already fucked
Yeah,
up.
no, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll block out
Are
all
you
the
gonna
other
block
names.
out all of those he said?
Yeah.
No, just the one.
I'll do.
There's
I'll
been
do
a couple
all
of names
yeah,
said.
I'll do all.
You said so
I just said in the other one.
like a million times. Now you're giving him more work to do.
Well, he already knows about it. He said it's cool.
Yeah, you know, I'll still.
we
put
can
it
drop
I'll
him.
still.
Yeah,
I'll
we can
still
drop
put
it. Well, there's nothing bad about what I said, so there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that smart ass buck.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good one, Ray.
Yeah.
Good one.
Wow. It's turned into the roasting of Real.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
This is basically our friendship, right? We drink and we make fun of each other.
Banter.
What?
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Do you use
that's
the,
all. That's all it means is that the second minimum wage gets to a point where they realize, oh, we can have machines do this for a lot cheaper.
Do you use the machine order thing?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, love it. And
Yeah,
like
I
I remember when I was in like the first time I remember ended up seeing anything really super automated was Japan, where they did have they had the tills, like no one there, just a till. And, like you select your own, you'd lose a little pin pad and pay for it, and even had some machines in the back like making the burgers, like they even have arms going specifically in.
Shit.
And yeah, like I sat there and I'm like, everyone, there wasn't really a lineup. Everyone was like, do. Like it was clockwork. Like it was, not saying a normal McDonald's can't, but you can see that unfortunately every time they argue the point, I want increased minimum wage. I want increased minimum wage. As awesome as that is, and as much as you know, as humans, we want to say good for you. Like let's get everyone together to a healthy point. If you keep arguing that, eventually business owners will go, it's a little bit cheaper. Just have a robot with no health insurance, no dental coverage, no maternity leave.
They're
no
already
nothing.
doing that.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but like
everywhere.
no, exactly. But my point is that the further they go with the argument of increasing minimum wage, the more jobs are going to be transitioned into automated.
Well, yeah. I just think that it's already turning automated anyway because it's the easiest thing to cut
Oh, it is.
cost on is your employees.
I guess it will quicken the burn essentially if they keep arguing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That's the only
that's
thing.
part of it, but I think the biggest part is just cut costs for your shareholders, right? So you have more earnings.
What's that thing you can get at McDonald's, but you can't like ask for it?
Like gangbang?
Yep. I asked for it.
And
Yeah.
I like how it's
she
like,
looked-
what's that one thing you can ask for McDonald's and you can get it, but you can't ask for it?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
No, no,
gangbang, you can't get that.
You can make it so you can order the
Make it
component.
yourself.
But I didn't know that,
Oh my god.
and I asked for it because I was super drunk, and she just looked at me like I was the fucking devil.
Oh,
I know that- I know that,
She
if
looked
you
at
go to,
like you're a
um,
fucking rapist. Like
What? No,
If
I
you go to,
quit.
if you go to, yeah, that's
Christian
the one.
Christian orders that, and like 4 black dudes just walk out from the back, ready for him.
Oh my god, I have a story about that too. Wait, not
what?
not specifically
Wait,
that situation.
What
I was
the fuck?
outside.
because
I
of
was
the black
outside.
man, or was it because of the 4 men
No,
coming
no,
in
no, no.
McDonald's?
I was in line at a nightclub once, and yeah, so I was late in line there, and I saw my friend who I hadn't seen like in years. He was walking out with 2 girls, and he goes, he looks at me like, "Hey man, what's up?" And he's like, "My nigga," like so loud, and all of a sudden I look at these 2 huge black guys behind me, and they're like looking at me. They're like, "Is that your friend?"
Know that.
Anyway,
I've never
that's
seen
my-
this man in my
I've
life.
never
I'm
seen
like,
this man
oh god,
before.
like oh god.
I don't know this man.
It's okay. Christian's Asian, so he can say that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was
Actually, you
hesitant
would've-
for a second.
I would say you would have gotten away with it just based on the fact. I know why.
I didn't give it a hard R, so that's.
Oh, okay.
Does that soften the blow?
Not when it's out loud. Unfortunately, no, that's not
Not
true.
when it's out
No,
loud.
because if you say like the way he said it, right, was just like he's literally out of like elation, right? Like, hey, my guy, not like,
Oh
you
my God.
not you piece of shit because
thought
of
he
your
was
skin
gonna
color.
call
Also, he was also telling
Drop
a
it
story in which
Yeah.
someone.
Oh, you're right.
So
Yeah.
is that like the reading the history books and they got it in the book there?
Well, you remember in like even the Django Unchained and all that, like Leonard and all them, he was like, I'm really uncomfortable using the R's. Like even around a lot of the actors, he's like, I don't like doing this.
Until Samuel Jackson sat him down.
And yeah, Samuel Jackson really sat him down and said, no, like this is what it is. Yeah, they sat him down and said, this is what it is. It's not. It's just a word.
Damn.
It only has power if
a
we
word.
give it power. Or as Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that word has power, even if.
And
you
as
say
Samuel
it.
L. Jackson had once said, "Go the fuck to sleep." The children's book by Samuel Jackson. Have you not? Have you guys never, seriously? Am I preaching to the wrong choir? You know?
No,
Go the fuck to
I've
sleep.
heard of it.
Okay, I just
Oh,
want
I've
to check.
never heard that.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson has a book, and it's really popular. And the whole concept is that if you have it for certain children below an age when they start to have actually start to develop language skills, you essentially have a whole book, and it's like, and it's Samuel Jackson talking really softly, but the entire time he's like, "Go the fuck to sleep." Like, like he's swearing the whole time, but it's really soft. And since the kid doesn't understand the swears, they don't understand the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fun.
I got master class, so I'm gonna watch his classes on acting.
Oh, Samuel Jackson?
Yeah, he does a whole
Really? Yeah, that'd be
thing on
interesting,
acting,
actually.
Yeah, so I kind of want to watch that. I think he's entertaining.
I want to get a specific class on his black snake moan facial expressions. Like only on his. No, the whole time in Black Snake Moan, the eyes. Like every time I see it, I just laugh.
Oh my goodness.
Black Snake Moan, Matty.
It's pretty much the same face from Django Unchained, probably.
It's the same face Steven makes every once in a while, but it's just bug eye look, and every time I look at it, I just laugh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What other
Jason's looking
adult
at me.
things can you learn off the master class? Because I assume that as long as you're accredited or something, you can teach.
What? Oh, it's all like celebrities.
It's all celebrities.
Like it's
Okay.
people who top people in their field. Like you can learn how to shoot a basketball from Steph Curry,
Okay.
or
okay.
or
You
cook a
should just
Gordon.
get Dan on there and then listen to his life decisions. Then you'd be like, "That's not what I need to do."
Just do the
That'd be
opposite of
perfect.
that.
I'll go into the other end where I'll go, don't fuck it up. And it'll just be continuously and be like, this is the two decisions you have.
I find it
don't
hilarious.
fuck
man.
it up. Don't make
Like
this
anytime
one.
you
They're
make
both
a
wrong.
poor life decision or a fuck up decision, it always ends up being a hilarious story.
Oh, yeah.
And you never get any consequences based on it.
No.
And you're like, how did you escape this?
Like they're near misses all the time.
Dan, can we talk about the story about the couch by the hospital there?
Maybe not.
No, I don't want to get you in trouble. Okay,
Not that one.
I'm not gonna say that one. How about
There's
the
certain stories we will tell and certain
how about
stories we won't.
the secret surprise for your sister? Nah, probably not. Not good.
Technically,
No, never know. No one ever knows.
That one is vague enough that I think we can get away with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell that one. That's vague enough. Yeah. So there's
The
no,
couch was
no,
really good,
but
though.
there's no, but we no.
No one is ever telling that
Okay, you have to
story.
tell me that off air.
Off
Yeah.
air. But regardless, so
That's why I thought I'd ask
I
first.
appreciate
That's why I
it.
thought I'd ask.
So my whole family understands and and actually figured out me and my brother are borderline ADHD. Like we want to have something happening all the time. Like even when we're sitting still, we want to fiddle with something. Have
Oh
something
my
in our
god! I
hands.
thought you were gonna say you're gonna fuck something.
What? No. What? Why is our minds? Why is it always to the gutter?
I'm sorry I interrupted you, but
It's
for a
okay.
second,
It's okay. But anyway,
you started with a hard F. You're
yeah.
like, me and my brother got a,
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
It happens. But anyway, long story short, so again, my whole family knows you like to meddle or like to tinker with stuff. Anything we have in our hands. And my dad at one point had those ring puzzles, and me and my brother would use all the time. You have a bunch of rings and you're trying to get them to be in a line or in a chain instead of a bundle. Anyway, long story short, I just like to do stuff like that. So my sister decided one year for Christmas it'd be a great idea for me and my brother to get lockpick sets, but practice ones where you can have a deadbolt. And you can have or padlocks are not deadbolt padlock, and you can have it see through, and you can see all the tumblers and so when you're actually raking it or when you're going through and trying to hit it, you can see what you're doing. Yeah. And so I played with that, and of course I did it all the time because I it's fun, and I got pretty good at it, to the point where I'm I could probably, and for the point where I could get into my parents' place no problem as long as I had it. And then one time I'm I'll keep it in my car in case. And don't get me wrong, I do not have the intention of I'm gonna go on a bunch of B&E sprees. No, fuck no. It's I don't have the guts for that, or just the necessary lack of mental awareness. But regardless, with that, so what ends up happening is I go, okay. Speaking of mental awareness, I go my mom and dad go, okay. We have a situation. The birthday present she wants to give. Did you drop it off? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go over to his place and I knock on the door. His truck's not there. Like I ring the doorbell, nothing's happening. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to come back here. Like it's in the north end of the city, so it's opposite of our house. And I'm like, okay, it's winter, so it's gonna snow. And I'm like, okay, can I put it in his backyard and maybe put it under a barbecue lid or something, right? Keep it in there. Nope. I look in the backyard, like it's barren. There's nothing in there. Like there's there's one tree. So I go, okay. I go back and I'm like, oh shit, I have my lockpick set. I'm like, okay, this will be. It's his house. It's funny. So I'll go in and I'll like pick his lock to his garage and then put it on his garage and like kind of freak him out. Like he'll come home and be like, what the fuck? There's like a happy birthday thing, right? And I'll explain it to him later. In my mind, I'm like, oh, this will be funny. And so I go through, I pick the lock, no problem. It's an old lock. I put it in there. I shut the door and I hop the fence and I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh, this is funny. I drive home and I call my sister because I really am quite proud of this. I'm like, it's so funny. He's going to freak out when he comes home and he comes to his garage. And then she texts me back. He's like, he doesn't have a garage. And I go, what do you mean? She's like, what address did you go to? And I'm like, I'm not going to say the address, but I'm like, 66. She's like, he's 67. And immediately my mind goes, like a million miles an hour. And like at this time, I'm in nursing, and like if you get a criminal record with nursing, you're out. You're expelled. You're not in the program, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh God, my future, like everything's over. And like I'm going back, like I'm racing back to the house. I'm like, maybe, dear Lord, maybe I can get it out before they get home, right? And like maybe then no harm, no foul. Because our thing is, I would have left it if it didn't have anyone's name on it, but it said from the Vossums, right? I can't leave it in there anyway. So I go back and like I'm nervous as all hell. I go and I look. There's no one in the driveway. I'm like, oh thank God. I go and I hop the fence and I'm like, and I'm just, my heart's a mile a minute. I go to pick the lock, and for anyone understanding adrenaline, when you're really excited, you don't have the motor skills, so like I'm trying to pick it, but like my hands are shaking, so I can't really pick a lock that well. So I'm like, I'm just raking the hell out of it. So I'm like, come on. It finally opens. I almost like fall over pushing the door in, and as I do that, the bike tips over, and I hear what can only be described as a chorus of cats from the inside of the house just losing their shit because they hear the bike go, right? And I'm like, oh no, someone was asleep in the basement. They're going to wake up, come up in here and see me in their house. That's a break and enter. Like that, there's no way about that. I'm like, oh God. So I pick up, like I grab the thing. I go to like, I go to close the door. I'm like, oh God, go lock the door, close it, like fiddle with the lock a bit to make sure it's actually good. I hop the fence, like nervous as all can be. And I'm walking out of the alley, like pale as a ghost, and I look over and a car pulls into the driveway the second I walk out of the alley. And I look, and I'm just walking straight forward. I see my peripheral. She looks at me and then just like looks back and walks in her house. I'm like, eh. So yeah, long story short, like I was roughly 10 seconds away from like, and the only thing I had in mind going over there is I'm like, if they're home and I have to explain it to them, I will literally say, I'm so sorry. I thought this was my friend's house. The back door was open and I thought it'd be a funny prank. That was because at least that way.
What if they said the back door wasn't open?
No, but then there's no way we it'd be, that was in my mind. That's all I had.
Oh, okay.
That's all I had. Right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
it was like, it's funny because it was meant in good intentions. It was
funny.
It was
just
funny, not a good idea.
Yeah. So like now it's funny, but oh my God, in the moment, like I shit a brick driving back there. Like it was all the way down in the north end. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Holy shit.
It's funny.
I'll never. It was my sister. The way her voice dropped. My God, when she's like, he doesn't have a garage. Or it wasn't a garage, it was, he doesn't have a bike. Because I said there's a bike in the garage. She's like, he doesn't have a bicycle. That's what it was. Oh, my dear Lord, fucking ruined me.
Jesus.
I remember that.
You got away with it.
I got away with it, but yeah,
okay.
but that,
For
like,
now.
Yeah.
Now it's on air.
It won't matter.
I mean, we just have to say allegedly, right? That
Can't confirm or deny. This could have been someone else's story too.
No, it was definitely Christian Singh. No, I shouldn't actually say the whole name. I realize.
No,
that doesn't matter. I think we're all in the thing anyway, right? Probably in the bio.
We'll dolphin out the last name.
I really don't remember.
I don't care. I promote the show on Instagram, so it's
okay.
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer.
Take off your shirt, Bert.
Yeah. Gross.
Well, that's a good way to keep.
Oh, I got a funny fart story for you guys.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I was
Let's
trying
hear
to explain
it.
it earlier. So I was in Hawaii, and so I guess when all my siblings were there at the same time, there's 4 of us, and we'd share 2 like double beds, I guess. So we'd be in one room, there'd be 2 double beds, so share a bed with the other sibling. And one night I farted so loud that it woke me up, but it also woke all my siblings up at the same time, and they were so mad at me. Like, unbelievably. Like, I woke myself up. I was disturbed. Right? And then I wake up a little bit later, and I wake up and all the beds are empty because I'm the last one to get up. And I go in the kitchen and my sister's eating toast, and I just stare at her like I'm like half asleep, and I just like burp and then fart like right away, and she slams her toast on the plate and goes, "Fuck you, Christian," and walks away.
I'm surprised. Like I'm a heavy sleeper. Ray knows this. Yeah. We went to a concert, and we were in the hotel room, and I was passed out. I was fast asleep. All of a sudden in the middle of the night, I hear Ray like trying to shake me awake.
I was calling your name.
Calling me awake. Okay, well, like you woke me up, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And Ray just in the most softest tone goes, "Do you hear that?" I'm like, "Hear what?" And like, they're yelling. I'm like, "Who's yelling?" It's like the guys next door. I'm like, "Oh, just call the front office and let them handle it." And I tried to roll over and go back to sleep, but Ray was like so concerned that this poor man wasn't being let back into his hotel room by his wife.
Well, on my side of the story is the constant banging, let me in, no, I won't let you in. And the part that really got me was he's slamming on the door, they're screaming back and forth, and you just hear this tiny voice go, "Mommy, let him in." And I'm like, oh shit, there's a kid involved.
Where was this?
It was a hotel in
Edmonton, right?
Yeah, we're in Edmonton.
We were for a concert.
Yeah.
So I fucking wake up to the banging, and I'm like, there's a fucking domestic dispute going on outside.
And I'm just fast asleep.
Jason's sleeping lullaby.
Shit.
Ignorance is bliss.
I woke up this morning to the sound of my roommate falling down the stairs. It was 6:15 in the morning. I hear boom, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck? And I get up and go look, and I'm like, what was that? I fell down the stairs, and I'm like, well, quit it. And I go back to sleep. Well, quit it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like, what?
I
What else
wasn't
are you
laughing.
supposed
I was
to
like,
do?
what the fuck?
What do you like? It's like when you guys drove me home that one time after I got super schmammered. And like you guys were trying to help me back.
Party?
Yeah, you guys were trying to help me back into my house, and
Oh, yeah.
you guys needed some help. And my little brother was sitting there just playing video games on the computer, and he's like, "Can you help him back into the house?" And my little brother's like, "Hold on 1 second." And he had to take like a 2-minute break or something like that, just so that he could get to a place where he can get back to a point where it's safe enough for him to leave the computer and come and pick me up.
Although, like, the look on his face was just like pure hatred. Like, he was very unimpressed with you.
No, there's been one time he's sitting in the same spot. My mom falls down these stairs. My mom falls down these stairs, and my little brother just like she falls down the stairs. Like 30 seconds later, my mom can hear from the top of the stairs, "Mom, are you okay? Do I need to get up?"
Do I need to get up?
Nice.
Like, if I did that, my mom would hit me upside the head. Even if it took her like 2 weeks of recuperating, I would get that slap. Like,
Okay, I have a thing that I've felt like for a while. You guys, we'll see if you guys agree with me. So if you take a really hot girl, she's like just objectively just smoking hot, and just imagine her falling down some stairs, does she become less sexy like immediately?
Depends on how she handles it. Does she get up?
No,
and laugh
not
about it?
gracefully, not gracefully.
But if it's terribly and ungraceful, and she comes up and she's like, does she laugh at herself or does she go?
No, she falls down the stairs like any abnormal
She's
reaction.
dead at the bottom.
No, she's
No,
not
but-
dead, but
Because like falling itself is
No,
funny,
no.
but the attractiveness would kick in how she handles it. Is she the kind of person, like, don't be wrong, I'm the kind of person, if I fall, I'm like, oh god, I didn't want to see like that. But if people see, do you laugh it off, or do you just like, do you sit there and just like nothing happened? Like, I feel like if the nothing happened, I'd probably be like, oh, that's not as fun. If someone was just, like, admitted it.
I couldn't say that I've put this much thought into it. No, because one time I had a girlfriend that I was trying to. So when I lived at home, she'd be in my room. My parents would have the room next to me, more or less, right? And when you go down the stairs, they kind of make noises. So I try just go slow, because my mom's a very light sleeper. And all of a sudden, she's at the top of the stairs. She just goes down the whole thing. Like, and I'm just like, what do I do?
And you're not even like so sympathetic. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
I was
Why
like-
are you making so much fucking noise? You
Exactly.
know
I was like,
this."
my mom's gonna kill me tomorrow. Thanks for falling down the stairs.
Just
I
so
don't care if you're
pissed.
okay or
Like,
not.
Oh, I was
I don't give a shit.
Well, she
Get
got
the fuck
up,
out.
so
You
I'm
fucked me
assuming so.
over.
I was like, oh, my mom's gonna kill me.
I don't think it affects my attraction at all. No.
See, that's the one thing. That's like the one thing I'm so happy about that I don't live at home is that I don't have to be quiet anymore. Because like I used to have sleepovers. Because my parents' house is kind of like a. Do you have like an upstairs, like another?
No, mine's a bungalow here.
Oh, okay. So my parents is like a main
Two-story.
floor. Yeah, like with a
Two-story,
whatever,
yeah.
right? And I'd have sleepovers in the basement because we had a pull-out couch.
Yeah.
And me and my friend would be talking kind of like just like this kind of whatever. I'll see you hear my dad come downstairs and be like, I can hear you through the vents.
Oh my god.
I love the vent. The vents is another communication system you could have with your siblings, though. Is I remember me and my brother if we ever got in trouble, both of us at the same time, that's what we do. We communicate through the vents. And then like we literally sit there and be like, hey, mom and dad are pretty shit. I remember that one time specifically. It was him going, hey, mom and dad are pretty shit.
Okay, new topic. I got a. Do you guys ever watch cable porn when you were kids?
Like softcore porn.
Yeah, like the one where it's like no penetration. It's just like
Yeah, well, you're not gonna get penetration on fucking anything unless it's
It's actual porn, but
Yeah,
no,
of course.
like it's just like
I think-
naked people.
Did you
groping
guys
each
have like
other.
a strategy of like? Because I'm assuming when we're all growing up,
It
we
was
had
late
we
night.
had like the
Dude,
channels
it's
like
late night.
one
It was either
through 50,
Showcase.
right?
It was either Showcase or TLN. Those are the two I remember.
yeah. Or no, there's
Showcase, TLN,
Yeah.
Discovery had some shows too.
Discovery did, yes. Yeah.
Do you remember any of those?
Yeah.
What shows?
course.
Tell me.
Well, dude, I think everyone here would know
No,
the
tell
Spanish
it.
channel Latin Lover. How
Yeah.
do you not remember Latin Lover, man?
Well,
no, I actually haven't.
And then the Red Shoe Diaries. That's the other one I can think of. Those are the two I can think of.
No,
Red
yeah,
Shoe
I
Joe,
remember
dude,
the
Joey
names
from
of
Friends
these?
is in Red
Oh,
Shoe
yeah.
Diaries.
Yeah.
He's in a soft
Diary of a call.
porno.
Is it Diary of a Call Girl?
I don't know which episode it was, to be honest.
The L
I
word?
just know that he's in it, and it, like, that's Joey from Friends.
Oh, you want to hear? Actually, I got a really funny story about cable porn. So I would sit in the basement and watch TV, and I'd wait till my parents went to bed so I could watch my softcore porn when I was
just
like
like
12.
every little,
Yeah,
every
just
12
like
year old
whatever it was like.
for sure.
Sometimes you get a tit here and there.
Yeah.
That's how I was when I was a kid. And anyway, my dad came downstairs and I was watching Teletoon because that's like my the last
You have
button. The
the
last
last-
button
yeah,
is always
yep.
on Teletoon.
Everyone did that, yeah.
And so my dad sits down and he's just like, "You gonna go to bed soon?" I'm like, I wasn't planning on it. And then he takes the remote and goes to like channel 35, which I think was like Turner Classics. And I start watching this black and white movie, and he's like, "Oh, I love this movie." I'm like, "Fuck this, I'm going to bed." And then I get up in the morning to watch cartoons, and I turn the TV, and it's on channel 25.
Showcase.
Yeah.
Showcase. Yeah.
Because I was waiting for a specific show to come on, and then my dad interrupted. And I was like, "Fuck, I guess I'm gonna go to bed." And then I come down in the morning, and it was on that channel. And I was like,
man.
I went on a school
Yeah,
trip.
no.
I went on a school trip. We went to the air base in Cold Lake, and it was part of an aviation course I was taking. And me and 4 buddies were sharing a hotel room in Edmonton, and we stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing very well that we had to be up at like 7 o'clock to start catching our bus and get to Cold Lake and like have the whole day and everything like that. We were sitting there, fucking watching like those like Girls Gone Wild
Oh, yeah.
commercial, like infomercials.
Like commercials?
Yeah. Just we were all 4 of us were just sitting around this little tiny tube TV in the middle of this hotel room, just waiting for these commercials. Like we didn't care what else was on.
They blurred all the nipples and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
And like we were just sitting there, just
"Can't give away the
waiting,
goods."
just waiting for these commercials to pop on in the middle of the night.
Welcome to Girls Gone Wild.
Hey man, that's what you had.
I
back
thought there was
then.
like one on, I don't know if it was on Showcase or something, but it was just strippers and all they did was pole dance. And it was just like that for 2 hours. It was hilarious. And it's like, welcome, this is Gina. Gina is blah, blah, blah.
I remember like those like weird like call-in shows or whatever where it's like a girl in lingerie sitting on like a silk bed or whatever, and like you call in and chat with her over the phone.
What's it called? Fuck, Lava Life.
Yeah.
Lava
There's a lot
Life.
of commercials for that.
So,
I hated it. Staying in tonight, and I'm like, why are you dressed like that if you're staying
yeah.
in?
I have a
Fucking
story.
sweats and
Yeah.
I have a story. There was a couple friends. We were at someone's house. I'll say the name after the podcast. But he was such like a horrible host. But it's a really funny story.
You say whore.
No, horrible
Such
host.
a whore.
And we were supposed to have snacks and stuff like that, like just any typical sleepover, right? It was 3 of us, right? And we're supposed to have snacks and stuff. And he's like, "My dad will hear us. You need to shut the fuck up." He wouldn't let us go upstairs because it was a 2-story, massive 2-story. He was so mad if we would even talk. He goes, "Guys, shut the fuck up! My dad's gonna hear us." He's trying to go on the family computer to watch porn, right?
With the dad?
No, the guy.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And he's being such a dick. If we make noises, Dad is gonna catch him watching porn, right? And we're going, "Man, we're so hungry. Can we have any food?" "Shut the fuck up! I will not let you have anything." And we're going through the basement deep freeze, and we see Pop-Tarts. We're like, "Oh, can we make Pop-Tarts real quick?" "No, you can eat them frozen." We were so hungry. We let them thaw out for an hour and we started eating them. And we were like, "This is so awful. Can we just go microwave it?" "No! My dad is gonna kill me!" He was so mad. He's like, "Eat the fucking frozen." Eat the fucking frozen pizza pop or go to fucking bed. And we're up till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then his dad comes down the next day and goes, "Rob, what is all these frozen pizza pops doing?" And he's like, "Oh, they want to eat some." And he's like, "Well, you could have just fucking put it in the microwave. I wouldn't have cared." He's like, "Fuck!"
Fuck my dad! Oh, I can relate.
Oh my God. He was such a dick. It was so funny though. Oh.
That's so funny.
You eat them frozen.
And this guy was so proud too. Like another time we were at the same place, right? And he was so pumped because he got a bass guitar, and he was just in love with it, right? He was so in love with the bass guitar, and we're probably 14, and me and another guy are there, the same guys, it's the same trio, and he was so proud of the bass guitar that he slept with it on the ground. He had the blanket covering him and the bass guitar. And if we try to fuck around with it, he's like, "Don't touch my bass guitar! This is my bass guitar. I earned this. This is my." And he was so mad if we even flung the string when he went to the bathroom. "I can hear that. Don't play my bass guitar." The next time he brought it with him to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what are the... That is so funny. I earned this.
Don't touch my baby. Did you
And
put
then,
the balls in my
and then the other
toast?
time, his brother was playing. His older brother was playing Diablo 2. I remember distinctly Diablo 2 being played, and he goes, "Man, can I have the computer?" "What the heck are you gonna use it for, man? You're just gonna go on porn." And he goes, "No, I'm not." He was so mad because he was trying for 3 hours to get on the computer, and his older brother finally went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he was so pissed. And he's just like, "I'm not gonna use the fucking computer anymore." I had to wait 3 fucking hours.
You only can use it for porn.
And you know, it's
That's
like,
exactly what he was
Yeah,
gonna
no,
use
because
it
it's a young
for.
kid that gets so
Yeah.
no, gets so defensive about it. It's like, and then you ask anyone who's over the age of 20, it's like, "Do you masturbate?" "Yeah." "Do you watch porn?" "Yeah."
fucking rights I do.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
there's no shame after that point.
Dude, when I was a kid from skateboarding, I get such bad back issues. And then I was like, this is the early, I think not early days of Google, but Google wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
And I typed in like back pain and stuff, and it showed like different areas of the back and what they're associated with. And then so I looked at where I was having pain and where it's associated with, and it's just like a big circle around my dick, like the dick area. And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm getting back pain because I'm jerking off too much." and then my dad's like, "Oh, you need to go to the chiropractor." And then I was so convinced that the chiropractor was gonna be like, "You jerking off?"
The chiropractor's gonna look at you.
And then, but the worst, I thought he was gonna like tell my dad.
Yeah.
That was a legit fear of mine.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know.
How many times are you jerking off, man?
I'm like 4 times a day. Just mind your business.
My back. Oh god.
Yeah, no, that was.
Can you imagine just like you're in your 40s, just throwing out your back while you're jerking it?
Okay. I never legitimately got caught, but they definitely knew I was watching porn. My parents, right?
Oh,
For sure, right? And I remember my dad having this talk with me because one of my friends got caught. He goes, "That's not."
How'd your dad find out about your friend getting
Oh,
caught?
because the dad told my dad. Because we're family
I
friends.
know who
Dad's
this is.
And
man.
then he goes, "That's not real love or anything." I'm like, Dad, I don't even know.
Thermostat talk.
I don't even know what porn is, man. Like, I just go into the defense mode. What is porn?
what is this? Internet?
I've never watched that
Wait,
before.
so you almost got caught by your dad?
No.
No,
He's
hey,
having
like
to
the friend
speak to
got
me about
caught.
Oh.
porn.
And the dad's friend
Yeah.
said, "Hey, just let you know, my
Yeah.
son."
So there's a chance that your son's seen it too, or something like that.
There's
And
a
then-
Was it a
chance.
virus?
Yeah, but he goes, "Yeah, this porn is not good, son. And I go, what, Dad? I don't even know what porn is.
You liar.
Yeah, of course. I've been watching for 4 years already. Like, I don't even know what porn is, Dad.
See, the
and
first
then he goes,
time,
well, it's fake love. It's not real. It's not real love.
Turns
And
out
I'm
Matt's
like,
been
you know what?
watching Bridget the Midget since he was 12.
Well, I just found about her today, so I don't think I've. But anyway, yeah. And I go, Dad, I don't even know what that is. I can't believe this guy would even do that. I wanted to go defensive. Yeah, he goes, that's not real love, son. I'm like, you're right, Dad. I will make sure that I never watch it. That's just not right. and then I went the next day. I went and watched
Like
it.
30 minutes later.
As soon as he's out of the room.
I wouldn't. I would never ever do the. I would like Christian did, like I said before. I would wait till late time, like 4 o'clock in the morning on TV cable, because I was so afraid of going on the computer and getting caught on the computer. I was just terrified of it. And fuck, my mom would have murdered me. Oh.
Do you guys remember the first time you tried to or got to see porn?
Yeah, this is my buddy's house.
The TV
Buddy's house.
Dude, Showcase, it's Showcase TV all the time, man.
I have a vague memory of
Yes. Way in the annexes of.
watching the Titanic with my parents.
Oh,
And
yeah,
there's the scene where the painting
naked.
scene.
Oh.
And so my mom or dad, whoever was sitting beside me, it starts getting to that scene, and they cover my eyes, and I'm just like, why are you? I'm trying to watch the movie. Like, fuck off. I'm trying to watch here. And they're like, no, you can't see this. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a movie. I'm supposed to watch a movie. And they're like, okay. And they room me, and I'm like, oh.
I distinctly
make a
remember
lady.
there being this shitty movie my parents bought for me or something like that, and like they had those previews for movies back in the day, right? And there was like this. It was some fucking shitty made movie. And then there's this chick getting banged in it. You see it, and I was like, so I was always watching that part. It happened in my room. They're like, what happened to the TV? I'm like, I think we lost it. I always go there, I pause, I'm like, yeah!
Yeah, like it's a tit. I got a T-bone.
I was so pumped because you never ever see it. You're like, this. Well, I can go back to this.
That's like my parents got me Monty Python and the Meaning of Life. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
And you know the ending scene? The end of that movie is like 200 women running topless.
Oh yeah.
And so I just go to that
Yeah,
spot all the
yeah,
time
yeah.
just to watch from
That was
there.
a funny movie. Though.
See,
Fuck.
It was a little long.
My first sort of that was the first time I crossed paths with porn was in 2nd grade.
Damn.
That's pretty early.
My buddy wanted to bring. We had to bring something for show and tell, and one of my buddies brought a Playboy.
Oh my
To
goodness.
show and tell, and he was showing us all before class started. We're like, oh, cool. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then he tries to bring that out. The moment the teacher caught a glimpse of what the hell he was pulling out of his bag, she just snatched the bag right out of him. And like, no, we're
It
going.
was in the black plastic.
Yeah, yeah. And there was like, all right, we're going to the principal's
Oh,
office
man.
there.
Did
That-
you know what it was?
Huh?
No, like,
Like, did he understand that it was like a bad thing, or was it just a magazine he found?
It was just, I think for him, it was just a
His
magazine. That was
dad would have gotten murdered
I have
from
a-
his mom that night.
I have a friend who found his
Holy
dad's
shit.
porn VHS collection in the rafters of their house.
Nice.
He was like cleaning out like the storage room, and he looked up, and there was like a tile kind of like a little bit off, and he goes in there and looks, and there's just a stack of DVDs and magazines, and
Oh man.
yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, the good old days when you could buy porn from a 7-Eleven.
fuck buying porn.
screw that.
Man, I remember, man. I distinctly remember. Do you guys remember the store? The store.
Did I tell you that story?
Do you guys remember the store Tramps? Like it was an old shitty DVD CD
Tramp?
place.
Tramps.
Yeah, it was
Tramps?
called Tramps.
That's
it was
a
like a
terrible name.
comic book store / DVD store and like a CD store.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
all these things. in one.
It had a
It's an
dirty-
old, yeah. So I remember me and our buddy.
Yeah.
We went there and we biked there and we just go to the section. There's porn tapes, right? And we just go look and I think he stole them. He just stole them. That's what he did.
Straight up
Because we were
steals
too
them.
young, right? He just stole them, put them in his jacket. And I remember this guy. This guy's a big guy who's just manning the counter, right? He just looks at us. And I think he knew what was going on or something, but he just looks at us, tips his pencil. Have a good night, guys. And then we just run off. I'll never forget the guy's face. Was like, he just nodded and tipped his
Satisfaction.
pen right to us. He goes, hey, guys, have a good night.
All right, tell us a story.
Fuck. All right, this is actually recent. I had to go to Winnipeg for work,
Oh, yeah?
and so I was there for 2 weeks straight. And I wasn't coming back for the weekend, and I packed my bags, and
How are you alive?
I did stuff for the first like 3 days, and then that was all the stuff you can do in Winnipeg. And the rest of it was in my hotel room.
Yeah, there's not much to do.
No, it's
Like there's
pretty fucking boring.
exhibits and stuff, but it's just a big city.
It's a
With a
big
lot
All
of-
right,
a lot
on
of
with it.
one-ways.
What
Anyways, yeah.
happened?
So, you pach your bags and all that. I do have some material to bring with me, but it's on a USB drive, not on my actual laptop.
That's a
that I
smart
bring.
man. Smart man's move.
And then you forget the USB. So you're stranded out in Winnipeg. You're stuck in your hotel room for like fucking hours on end for 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, I need something here. Go to buy a magazine. And of course I thought 7-Elevens still sell those. I always remember seeing that shit
Yeah.
at 7-Eleven. So I go to a couple 7-Elevens. They don't even sell magazines anymore, like let alone fucking porno. Just nothing. What the fuck happened here?
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, like, so I
Oh,
was looking for
okay.
porn mags.
Oh, okay.
And I know there's one in Saskatoon here that I can think of specifically that like
That
has
has-
the hustlers and playboys.
Like a gas station?
Yeah,
Fuck if I know.
I know one in particular.
Which one?
Night Owl
Night Owl?
on 22nd.
Oh, that's why I don't know.
Yeah, deliveries.
That's where
Oh.
they all finally
Yeah.
go to rest.
Their
Also an
last
entertainment
resting
company.
place.
Those people that do the DJ for Holy Cross.
No, they don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Same people?
No, it's not the same people.
Oh, okay.
It's a fucking
Don't
gas
fucking
station, dude.
Okay, continue.
But yeah, so anyway, so all right, 7-Elevens are bust. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to go to an actual fucking sex shop or whatever. So I look them up, and I think I just typed into Google's like Winnipeg porn mags or something, and so it gave me some downtown magazine shop or newspaper stand magazine shop place, and then an actual sex shop. And I was like, all right, go to the sex shop. And I walk in the door, and it's blah blah, and it's actually like 3 women working there, like middle-aged women.
Were they
I'm
hot?
like, okay.
Oh.
No, they didn't.
No, they weren't. But I walk in, I'm just like, oh, can we help you? And I was like, yeah, I'm looking for magazines. She goes, yeah, we don't sell those. The fuck you don't sell? You're a sex shop.
Do you
How
ask
do you
for a
not?
DVD or something?
I don't have a
This
DVD.
is like Harold and Kumar go
so
to
my
White
first
Castle.
question, sorry, why didn't you use it on your phone? I probably missed that part, but
Yeah, like you literally
Yeah,
Googled how to get porn
you
mags.
Googled how to get a porn mag. Why didn't you just go on your phone at that point?
There was probably a reason.
Like
You
just
just
go into
don't remember.
secret
Just-
mode.
It was either my data was low or... That's a very good
Delayed
question.
gas.
Hotel.
Honest to
I'm just
God,
going, why
like,
didn't you
You're
use your
looking
phone?
for magazines. You download it. Like you just open up a JPEG. That's not gonna cost you a whole
He
lot.
literally used his
know.
data to
Or-
find out where to
no,
find a
exactly.
Does your
porn mag.
hotel not have Wi-Fi?
Yeah, like hotel Wi-Fi.
No,
Oh, I wouldn't use
you
the
don't.
hotel
You don't
Wi-Fi.
use
Why not?
hotel Wi-Fi because they can
track you.
Yeah, they can track
So
you.
you can't watch porn?
Well, I mean,
Well,
you
it says
can.
like that's part of the service sign-in. Like it says you can go on certain websites and all
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
Oh.
they guarantee they wouldn't actually fucking do anything. But
Yeah.
Unless you're doing something real bad or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
All right, there's a lot of things I could have done. And in the
I
end,
just-
it just,
never-
it's just
I was-
it'd be funny. It's like, why'd you
Why
go
didn't
through
just
that
go?
length?
Yeah.
I know.
That's
Delayed-
a funny story.
Also, I
though.
needed something to fucking do. So,
That's
so
actually
they
really
didn't
funny,
have
though.
them, and then they got in a big argument for why they don't sell them anymore. And one girl was like, "Well, it's a legal reason." The other girl's like, "No, it's because of this and that, and why 7-Elevens don't." And then in the end, I did have to go to the place downtown, which was a shit show to get into. And it's just like they sell a ton of magazines and stuff, like all the like aviation and cars and everything you'd want. And then there's the section off part in the back where it's magazines and DVDs. And they do have the thing where you have to enter with a token to get into the section. And you can actually just rent the DVDs, and they have little rooms that you can
Oh
watch
my
them in.
God.
No
They
way.
did.
Did you go in the room?
I did not go in the room,
Oh.
but
Was
as
this-
I was browsing,
is
a
it covered
guy
in
walked
garbage bags?
out.
Oh no!
And I'm just like, and I was just thinking to myself, dude, they jack off in there too?
probably.
Some
Probably.
some guy's gotta walk in with like a mop and bucket afterwards to clean it.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
So,
That's so gross,
so I think
man.
that was the thing is I walked in and like I perused around and I grabbed a couple magazines and I went to buy them. She's like, oh, like you weren't using the
rooms?
The
Yeah.
rooms? I'm like, no, I just want magazines. She's go, oh, you didn't have to pay the token then. Well, fucking tell me first.
So it's like a library that you gotta pay to get into.
I guess.
So it's
I don't know,
Was this
man.
was this all like behind like a beaded curtain or something?
No, it was like this.
This is sex shop?
The
This-
adult section. What?
was it a bookstore and then it has an adult section? Or
No, well, it was an adult section, but it's completely open. Like you walk in the front door and you can see the sex shop spot. Well, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
sex shop; it's just magazines and DVD. But you can see it; it's wide open.
Can you see the
yeah.
room that you jack off in?
No, but you just see the entrance door, and the
That's
white
crazy.
just dripping off down.
You see a guy like adjusting his pants like he just going to the bathroom, but like, oh, I know what you did.
No, but like as I'm looking for,
He's
magazines-
wiping his hand off on his,
Oh,
his
dude.
pant.
I
Let me
remember.
Shake your hand, sir.
I remember.
Or he goes to like, there's like hand sanitizer outside, goes like this and rubs it together and then smells his hand and goes back for a second round.
I never understood like those styles of like rooms or like
I didn't know those existed until now.
cinema. Like, well, I mean, like places used to have like peep shows and whatever the fuck, where it's like you sit in a closet essentially with a window that you just put cash into, and it opens up the curtains, and there's just this girl doing.
Isn't that a
It's like a
scene? That's a
stripper.
scene from
Yeah.
Taken, right?
Is it?
Did he go?
Oh,
to
that was
those?
an auction. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but no, like yeah,
Um,
those used to be things.
Boondock Saints.
Right.
That's the one.
Yeah, and
Well,
like
it's like a personal stripper show, is my take of it.
yeah. I just
Can
thought.
they see you?
I guess I would
Maybe
probably.
not.
My
I-
Do you
insecurity
think
is
it's a
like
one?
that.
Do you think it's a
one-way
one-way mirror?
I think it'd be a one way, and then it's even more private.
Okay. Well, and then there's also what is it? They like whatever the hell Pee Wee Herman got caught in. The cinemas that would show off porn and like people would just pay to be in there and
Okay, wait. So
masturbate.
did he get caught jerking off in the? And that was the problem, or what did he get caught for?
oh god, if I think it was for masturbating
So-
in public or whatever.
You're gonna play a porno movie in a cinema and expect people not to jerk it.
Well, dude, there's people jerking off to live sex shows, so who cares?
No, but I mean, like, you got to expect this
Oh, of course.
in
you
the
do.
cinema.
No, I think he did something way more extreme than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like flashing or something?
No, I think it.
Running up and down the aisle.
I think he was accused of something. I don't want to. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, something.
Google is your friend.
yeah, that's what I'm looking up right
Jason's
now.
got it.
I think he was accused of
'cause
something.
that's-
a little
I'm just
more
thinking
It
it's
can't be
like
that bad if Netflix is giving him another movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking, could you
Maybe
watch
that was
a
rumors.
porno and just like watch it and appreciate it as a movie?
No.
I don't like. No
No.
one could.
Joe Rogan was talking about that. He had a really funny story. He's talking to Hannibal Buress about it, and he knew this guy who actually he was in the porn industry, but he wanted to make a movie that actually had like a real plot, a real story, but it was just people fucking, right? And he said he went to this premiere and it was in someone's backyard and like on a big projector screen, right? And there's a scene where this girl's just getting her mouth hammered, hey, and going ass to mouth, I think, and then as soon as that scene was happening, that person who was getting just obliterated in the movie showed up, but with a dude, and the dude looked at her and just went, "What?" and threw his hands up. It was just in complete shock. And Joe saw this, and then he went up to the guy after and was like, "Hey, did you not know that she did this?" And he's like, "Dude, she told me she was a hairdresser."
Oh no.
I think I think they had met like a couple days earlier. But you can imagine, man, I'm gonna get my fuck on with this girl. And you get out of the fucking car, and you just see in a giant screen this girl getting just destroyed.
Oh my gosh.
Just wah, 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 wah.
Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah.
apparently he was charged. He turned himself in. Let's see here, for possession of obscene material improperly depicting a child under the age of 18 in sexual conduct.
Yeah, told you.
Child porn.
Yeah.
So he wasn't jerking off in a movie theater.
No.
We should boycott Netflix.
I told you,
I'm
but I
safe.
didn't want to say it without confirmation. I didn't want to make any rumors up. So.
Confirmation.
Man,
But he's back.
Where'd Dan go?
He's trying to.
he's in the
How
washroom.
did he
taking
come
a
back
shit?
from
Yeah.
that?
Well, I mean, he could, like maybe he had a
Can we put a
collection,
mic
and
in there?
I mean,
Oh, you don't
hypothetically,
want
maybe he
that.
had a collection where he didn't know that person was underage or something. I don't know.
That's like I had a friend who made out with a 16-year-old at Outlaws, but he didn't know she was 16 until after, and he was like, "Get the fuck away from me."
I would have been rattled. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah.
But it's like you're in a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
I
also
think there's
there's
That
a
is
case
that
for
is an assumption that I would give the person the benefit of the doubt. Would be like, you're
Yeah.
assuming at this point everyone's legal age.
I mean, they're supposed to check IDs at the door.
Yeah,
but,
and that's
you know.
that's on the. I would say I would sue the bar for letting her in. If like
If
you got
anything
charged or
happened.
something.
If you got problems there. But it's just like the same thing on you know, I have some friends down in the States who are on Tinder, and they have to play a very, very, very careful game.
Yeah.
How so?
Because there's a lot of girls that are 16 and pretend to be, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Is it actually pictures of them?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's like going on Instagram, and then you're going, I don't know if you're
Yeah.
Are you
18 or
sure?
not.
Stupid sexy kids.
Oh.
Could you go buy a pack of six or cigarettes and film it?
Sweater after.
Or just like I think you'd be able to tell pretty quick how old they are once it's like, wait, how old are you? Actually, I went on a date one time with this girl. No, just hold on.
No, I was looking at
Oh, I
Dan.
thought you were talking about.
Dan was doing some.
Funny stuff.
No, I met this girl at school at Sass Poly, and we went on a date. And I was like 24, and then we're like halfway through the date, and it was like going good. And I'm just like, wait, how old are you? 18, and I was 24 at the time, and I almost spit my coffee out. I was like, holy shit.
What is your bottom line?
That was my bottom. We ended up
Half your
like
age
having
plus 7.
we had like a thing for a while, but
24
like
would be
12 plus
19.
7.
it was just too much of a
19, yeah.
difference.
Close.
What?
Close. 'Cause we did the
Half your age plus 7.
Oh yeah,
rule apparently.
yeah. But I
Did
mean,
you find that like maturity levels there was a difference?
She
Or-
was. It was, but it was just like it was just too great for me. Like she was like really cool, and she was in nursing.
See, that's the thing.
So
24 to 18 is much worse than like 30 to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or then you get way up there and it's like, oh, it's a 60-year-old dating a 54-year-old. You're like, oh yeah, that's normal.
yeah,
He's about
Sorry, I
to
was
say
doing some-
56.
I was. I was trying to remember the math
Like
here.
even like at 24 and 30,
why I
it's
sell
like no
chips,
one even
Matt.
bats an eye at that. But like when one person is just 18, like
that's a little.
it's a little too much.
She was like super mature and stuff like that, and but I was just like, it's too much.
Well, maybe you should find her now and see what she's doing.
I have her on Instagram.
There you go. It's 3 years from now. So she's 21.
Hit her
Well,
up.
no,
You're
no.
older.
That's that's called heating up leftovers.
Nothing wrong with that.
Is it?
Sometimes
No.
it's even better.
No,
than
I
open
want-
cold.
I want-
Sometimes you eat your pizza cold because that's
Yeah.
when it's the best.
It
I was thinking
actually is the
that
best.
sounds
That's
like
not
gestating an
can't
egg
deny
or something.
it. Can't
Just
deny
eat
it.
an egg.
What's
Yeah.
the word for it?
I think that was it. But
Just-
It's incubating an egg.
That's it. Thank you.
Incubate now.
Yeah, gestation's more of an internal thing, like
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
like
not-
when you
digestion.
are
not a
pregnant.
penguin.
Yeah.
Really,
Don't
you're
do
pregnant?
I wasn't supposed to tell.
Surprise.
Dan's the father.
You.
Dan just smiles at
Up
him.
his kawaii.
Let's not talk about that on here, guys. Let's not talk about
Dan's
that.
brother sees his new nephew, runs out the door, slams it. We have a cave troll.
have a cave troll. There's a troll in the dungeons. I thought you should know. And then pass out.
Well,
Yeah.
God, I'm full of pizza. And it's just really weighing on me right
Yeah,
now.
pizza and a bit of beer.
yeah, it's tough.
It's like Kaitra. What's weighing on you right now? Probably the pizza.
Yeah.
That and just cholesterol.
It's really getting on me right now.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
compounding weight of all my sins and the pizza.
Yeah.
Mildly depressed.
Which is worse? I don't know.
A little suicidal. I mean,
well, you must be pumped, dude. You're going to freaking Seattle. That's gonna be wicked.
hey, it's gonna be interesting. I'm scared out of
Were
my
you
mind.
just staying at your cousin's place?
Yeah, we're staying with some family.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be an adventure.
I got
an
like 2
adventure.
sets of cousins down there and some aunt and uncles, so I'm all clear. Plus, if I need to, I can
Can you
just
stop that?
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
cross the border back into Vancouver again. I have some family there too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the plan is to essentially have a vacation till the new year, and then come on back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be fun though, man. You'll have a blast.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
You gotta go tour all the Seattle stuff. Like, I'll send you a video because I've watched it about 3 times because I want to go to Seattle really bad.
Okay. Yeah.
you
no,
should.
I got
You
stuff.
should go if he's there. Just fucking go.
I can't.
Why not?
I got no more vacation.
Why aren't you sitting next to me?
That sucks.
And I got some other things. I gotta
Go
say
for like a
before.
long weekend. Take a Thursday, Friday off, and go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I want to go to the Seahawks game. That's like the biggest thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Dan?
Yeah, I think this is good.
Why do we invite you guys?
I
like,
don't-
It's a good time
know.
to stop, probably.
Yeah. We're gonna call it there.
I was reenacting the alien chest bursting scene.
He's getting silly like a child who's past his bedtime.
Yeah. Well, it is late, and
I've been sitting for an
we're-
hour 3.
we're
I
full of
need to go
pizza,
home
we're
and
full of
sit on the
beer.
toilet
Yeah.
for a while. Like,
No, you need to go on that date.
Thank you for joining us again here, and
yeah, to the toilet.
we'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace.
Woo. All right.